They've made some huge progress with the development of Ashes of Creation. Like, it's incredible what they have done so far. And the new seasons, I absolutely love them. Like, you can go to one zone, it's summer. And if you go there again, it's winter. Like, not only is there snow everywhere, but the mobs are changing too. Can you believe that? They are changing the mobs based on season as well. And today we are going to have a deeper look at the dynamic seasons and the weather update. And we're gonna listen a bit to the developer chat. It's gonna be an interesting day today for us. Oh wow. I can't wait to play this game, but it's gonna take a while till it comes out. We will definitely have this on the channel as well, Ashes of Creation. I'm in love with this game so far. Alpha 2. I think soon they start Beta 1.
Hello everyone and welcome to another update with Ashes of Creation.
What creature is this? Looks like a troll or goblin.
Be a special one. I am joined by three amazing artists. Our lead environment artist,
I love
Tristan
the snow.
Snodgrass. Hey Tristan, how you doing, buddy?
Hello, I'm doing very well, thank you.
Now is this your first recording? Even though you've been with us since the beginning, 6 years ago almost, right?
Yeah, it's been since 2016. I don't think I've ever actually been on any of the live streams.
It's actually crazy when you think about it. When did they start? Was it 2015 or 16? They started like very early with the development of Ashes of Creation, and the game is still not done. But if we watch closely, we see why the game is not done yet, because they just want the game to be like completely perfect and everything. Like, I get it, they want it to be perfect, but I'm wondering where all those resources are coming from, because financially, if you are developing a game, like, you need to somehow generate some income or something, right, to keep the development going, right? So I'm wondering, like, who is actually sponsoring them? They must have some great sponsors, like, seriously. And yeah, by the way, guys, if you're new to this channel and you love MMOs, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We also have Ashes of Creation on this channel, especially when it comes out. And from time to time, we will check back in and see how the development progress is going. So if you don't want to miss out on that, please hit that subscribe button.
So outside of our studio tour, where I think we had one where you were a sriracha bottle, for Halloween.
Yep, that's correct.
Wow.
Yeah, I've been mostly behind the scenes, behind all the cinematics. And
That's right. I think our community often asks where Nodes 3 is at, because one time I remember we were at that panel at PAX, and people were like, "When's Node 3 coming out?" And I'm like, "Tristan's back at the studio, and he's editing it."
Yeah, I remember that, and I was like, "What's he doing?"
That's so good. We decided to go a different direction.
No,
but
we'll have Nodes Part 4 here soon anyway.
There you go. We're just gonna skip 3.
Yeah.
And then we also have one of our technical artists, our senior technical artist, Mr. Brian Gans.
Hello, everybody. Hello, Steven.
Welcome to the show, sir. This is also your first time.
It is.
Although you have been doing a lot of work behind the scenes as well, making our world look pretty and perform.
I think the snow looks nice.
Sure artists have their tools that they need, all the fun stuff.
I'm all over the place in this game.
running back and forth between character, environment, everything.
Wow. Even the way, like, if you look how those branches are moving,
Mr. James.
It's a really nice effect.
Is it Kurowski? Kurowski, right?
Yeah, it's Kurowski. Hi, how are you?
Yeah, welcome aboard, buddy. This is your first time as well.
It is my first time, yeah.
We have a whole new crew on the live stream, and this video is all about showcasing what everybody here is going to see. Here is something I don't recall having ever played a game where this is done. Have you guys ever played a game that has had these features we're about to see?
No, I'm gonna be honest, I have never played a game that had, like a MMO, that had seasons that change. Like, the only thing that I remember, for example, and this was in old school Minecraft, you had areas that could have like snow, and then areas that could have rain, and areas that were just sunshine and stuff like that. But inside an MMO, I have never seen seasons before. And I think that is great to actually add seasons, especially if like the mobs change, like I said. I think this is so nice because it you can take out more of a zone, right? Like imagine you're going to one zone and the zone has like 3 different phases. Let's say you have like summer or spring. Then you have like the fall, like the autumn season. And then you have like the winter season. You have at least 3 phases, like 3 kind of looks of the whole zone. That makes a zone feel bigger than it is actually, right? That's really good.
Not that I can recall, no. I mean, I can't even think of a single-player game that does this.
That's what I was
Only
trying to think
Minecraft
of too. I
had
was
it
trying to think of
once.
like a single-player game that had done
I
this, and
remember
I'm
that.
sure our community is going to be like, oh, you know, they had weather here or there. But this is more than weather, right?
Yeah,
This is
I think it's
seasons.
been done to a much lesser extent elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we pushed the envelope quite a bit here.
Yes,
Yeah.
and people actually, so viewing this video, people just saw on stream the teaser that kind of goes through and shows the cinematics in the engine, in the game for this
great.
area, right? So they already know there's some transitioning here, but it's really more than just a transition. It is actually a dynamic season tech that changes the state of the world across our biomes. And what biome are we in right now?
We are currently in the Riverlands biome, which is one of the primary focuses of Alpha 1.
Alpha
Or,
2.
sorry, Alpha 2.
Yeah, Alpha 2. Yeah, no, that's right. It's the largest biome in Alpha 2, right?
Correct, and it's going to be where like the main Kalar, Aelin portal exists. So
I'm looking at this.
Even the graphics are so
snowy,
nice.
Wintry location, and even though we're in the Witherlands, it's weather and
Wait, hold up. Don't tell me this is a playable race. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if you can play as a troll or goblin or something. Like, we have, like, I know there are, like, multiple races that you can play. I've already seen, like, there's dwarf or something, right? But can you also play, like, beast people or something? That's interesting. Yo, we have to have a look at this as well, right? Like, what will be
river.
playable?
Witherlands. Even though we're in the Riverlands, that is one of the biomes that can experience kind of a really traditional season change, like what we're accustomed to, right? That people are going to see across all 4 seasons.
yeah, I mean, this is kind of we decided to take this to the
Oh, you
extremes.
can play that.
So extreme weather, you know, everywhere from like harsh, snowy, blizzardy kind of environment feels to lush green landscapes. So we decided to tackle the hardest part first, which is making it very, very different between seasons.
Yeah, this is. Oh, by the way, I'm playing a Vec right now. Some of you
Vec?
saw the Vec in the character creator, but haven't seen it yet in game. This guy is just wanting to experience the amazing immersive world that you guys.
So you can play this Vec thingy? That is a new race, guys. No wonder I've not seen it before. When was the last time we checked it? This was like a couple of months ago, right? This is like Alpha 1, and there were like a couple of different races, like not just Yumi, you also have, like I said, some dwarf-like customization and stuff. But you have this kind of orcish, goblin, troll, whatever creature this is, this Vec-like being here that you can play. Yeah, holy shit. Like people that come from the Horde side of World of Warcraft, they're gonna feel at home in Ashes of Creation. You can make a troll or orc again, or some sort of troll-orc hybrid, because that's what it looks like, this Vec thingy. So, yeah, we can feel at home there too. Holy shit, man.
Have created here. Okay, so we are in the Riverlands, and we are currently in the winter season. So we have obviously a couple things going on here.
This would take
We have the
eternity,
landscape
though.
itself, the environment itself has changed, where there's no leaves that are on the trees, there's snow that's piling up on the rocks, the ground. I mean, go over what you have to do to transition a biome like the Riverlands into a winter season.
Wow.
Ooh. So it's the terrain materials, and there's many materials that get applied to the terrain, and each one, accepts snow at a
After
different rate, a
runes.
different intensity. And there's the assets that all get kind of the same material function that applies snow to the tops of them. There's the particle effect that moves with the player camera that handles both snow and rain and any kind of precipitation. There's the volume fog that just went away, as we saw, as it cleared up. The volumetric cloud in the sky has a material that needs to respond to season changes and weather changes. There's a wind actor. I mean, I could keep going for a while.
Holy shit, so
There's
many
a
things.
lot-
That's really a
Suffice to
lot.
say, there's a lot of stuff that goes into changing a region of the world into. Ooh, is that a little bit of thunder?
Oh, take a moment and just.
Oh,
enjoy
now
the view.
thunder's coming.
Oh, is this okay? So right now we're transitioning into like a storm, as well as the climate. This has been kind of sped up, right, to showcase the
Okay,
different
just
season
showcase.
transitions.
Good.
Correct, yes. So right now we're getting some rain, which will usher in springtime, and so you'll see all
Wow,
the
all is
flora that's
blooming.
breaking out of the ground.
Oh
Where did
my
the snow
gosh.
go?
Snow's gone.
No snow.
This is unbelievable. And now we've added some additional particle effects.
Guys, I'm gonna be honest, this looks amazing, and yeah, the only reason he just said it, why it's so fast, the transition, is because of showcasing everything. I believe it takes several hours or many minutes to change. It won't be so fast like we see here, I'm pretty sure. And yo, I will be a no-life person when this game comes out. I like already looking at this and knowing myself, I'm gonna be an addict. Like, this is going to be just like back in the day when like World of Warcraft just came out, and especially like the first year of release. When I used to, OMG, like I would be having like days of like 10 plus, 11 plus hours at least that I would play this game, maybe even longer. Holy shit, I'm gonna get addicted. Like, I can't wait for it to release and stuff. OMG. But I think it would take at least another year, maybe.
With,
So we need to be patient.
The butterflies and the bees and the insects.
Yep.
And in addition, it's like all the leaves now have grown on. There's a
Wow.
bunch of flowers that are present. James, talk to me a little bit about
Yeah, the
kind of
trees
how
look so
you're
different.
determining the flowers that are appropriate for each season.
Yeah, so one of the hardest things for setting this up was essentially making 4 biomes in one for every season. And we kind of started with Wales as like a reference point.
My home country.
Yeah.
Not Wales, but the country Wales.
Yeah,
Country
yeah.
Wales, correct.
Oh,
So
I
the-
thought you were saying. Well, technically, both are
gonna have some
relevant to
Wales
you,
weather.
Tristan, because not only are you our lead environment artist, but you also are a very avid professional environment film guy, right? I've seen some of your stuff; it's unbelievable.
Yeah. Outside of this kind of stuff, I tend to spend my time filming nature, so it's kind of appropriate.
How often do you give that to the environment team as reference material?
Not often yet, but I'll be visiting Wales next week, so I'll be
Nice.
taking plenty of photos for reference.
This is no joke.
Wow.
Pictures got right up into the eyeball of this.
So that's cool. So behind the scenes, they're literally going to different places or countries to actually check the weather and the environment. They take pictures, get inspired by that, record some stuff there, and then they use it to implement this into the game. Wow, that is some serious dedicated work going on there. Holy shit.
Giant whale.
was
It's
cool.
staring
I'm
right
impressed.
at the camera. That was so cool, dude.
That was very crazy. Okay, I've noticed
Yeah.
that
It's costly,
the
too.
animals have changed.
Very
the ambient
costly.
sound has changed, and Kat has done an amazing job with the ambience in the Riverlands biome. It is. I feel like I am here, and not only that, but also kept it adaptive for the seasonal changes as well, right?
Yeah. I think we also actually missed the winter bear back in the day, or back in the winters at biome, but that's okay. We can
Winter bear?
see another one.
There's
this
more.
morning. Yeah. But
Yeah, like I said, different mobs
yeah,
according
James,
to
sorry, I
different
think we
seasons.
kind of cut you off.
No,
Oh,
that's fair.
But
No,
if you want to
fine.
continue talking about how you went about the art process for this.
Oh yeah, no, it's just, iterative like all art is, and Hal, one of our really great environment artists, and myself kind of worked really closely together to try to homogenize everything for the seasons. And
Maybe I will play this
not much
race,
else
by
to
the
say,
way.
kind of can see it.
That's true.
Do the
Yeah,
flowers bloom at a particular time of year?
They do,
Yeah.
yeah. No, all the flowers will, decay and die in the fall and turn colors, and even the animals, like Kieran right there, will shift based on the time of the year.
I love the.
Oh, that's the one we saw in the short version of this,
job.
right?
Yeah,
That shows what Moody's in.
It gets
Oh,
white,
that's great.
turns to white.
Yeah, we'll
Now-
see that Kieran change in real time later on.
That's right.
Yeah.
So part of the relevance of this, not just from a beautiful aesthetic perspective here, but what makes it so unique is the dynamic element of these seasons and the weather systems changing to the behavior actions of the player, right? So part of the triggers that can create seasonal change is not just time related for each of our biomes, but they are also indicated by events that occur on the
Wow.
server, whether that be certain raid bosses forming or a relic being acquired
And that can
by a
change the
particular
weather?
node and being activated to change potentially the weather out of a winter state into a spring state. And the reason why a node might have interest in doing that, of course, is because weather and the seasons also affect skills and abilities. They affect crops and gatherables, vehicles and mounts, ships, creatures and loot tables change. Their behaviors might change. Resistances and weaknesses or synergies might be relevant in certain seasons.
So resistances too. So if you have like racial bonuses or something. Wow, that's interesting. Yeah, some of you guys pointed this already out in the comment section of the last video that we did to this and checked out the new seasons and stuff. That like the gathering changes. So if you're like gathering something like herbs, maybe certain herbs or let's say mushrooms, you can maybe let's say find only the mushrooms during the fall autumn season, and you can only gather certain let's say flowers like herbs maybe in spring season or something. That is actually really interesting, and that with the spells and resistance. So let's say you're a mage, maybe fire spells are stronger in summer and weaker in winter, and maybe frost spells are stronger in winter or something. Yo, that's interesting. They're trying to make this so realistic as possible, and if you look at the environment, the water, the texture, like people are wondering, is there any WoW killer, like a killer for World of Warcraft? Like this game could be like potentially a WoW killer. I think this one is not gonna be like New World. There's no way. Like look how much stuff is put into it, and they will. I'm pretty sure they're gonna have like a lot of lore. We even have different races. Like they didn't bother to put this into New World, but here they are putting new races and stuff in. And this game is really gonna be an MMO killer, I think. Holy shit, I can't wait till it releases.
Seasons or weather systems. Targeting might change. The AoE radius might grow for a fire effect if you're in the middle of summer, or it might shrink if you're in the middle of a storm. There's so much that goes into this system, and that's why you guys really spent a lot
Those
of
are
time
the runes from the other clip we saw.
making sure that the environment reflects both at the quality we want and isn't just kind of an afterthought weather system, because a lot of games that I've played, you get just the visual effects kind of playing and you get some rain or you get some snow, but what we've seen here in that transition from winter to spring was significant, and it persists. And each of these zones exist in these different states at different times across different servers. I saw those birds just fly by, and it scared the crap out of me.
Yeah, what was that?
You didn't expect that.
So random.
I mean, this is definitely one of the more traditional weather biomes, I guess you could say, in terms of seasons, but we will be taking things a little weird with some of the other biomes as well. Here you're going to see, I think there's fall coming.
Yeah, it's shifting the fall.
Oh, I see the leaves starting to spawn. Oh my gosh. And the little dust devil. Oh, that looks great.
That's beautiful.
Oh, I love it.
And the flowers are turn also
look at
brown
the
in the
color
grass.
change.
Colors. That's my favorite
Oh,
part.
they're
though,
withering.
It's just the colors.
It was really hard to nail down the color change, but I think we pulled it off.
That is
I
amazing.
think you guys more than pulled it off.
Wow.
Yeah, even internally, like when we showed a very early version of this to the entire company,
Look, the leaves are disappearing from the trees. You guys see that?
They were like crying.
In the background.
Yeah,
It's
I mean, I'm watching the updates every week, every day, actually.
pay attention to the trees. You
And
guys see that?
I
How it's
just
like
keep getting,
some are
like,
leaving.
Goosebumps watching this, thinking, and again, just to reiterate, these
Wow.
and I'm sure I've already said this on the stream, which is tomorrow, but these
That's a
transitions
dragon.
are sped up in order to demonstrate, what that move for the world looks like. But ultimately, these seasons exist on a weekly basis, unless they're event driven or have other triggers, right? They might last longer if you don't deal with the dragon, or if you keep that relic active.
So per week a new season.
But these on a cycle, on a cyclical perspective, as a normal season transition might be, exist within a 1 week time frame, right? And then it transitions
good.
over a period of hours. But right now you're seeing it sped up over the course of 30 seconds.
In my opinion, I think that's good that they make this weekly. So you can have like 1 week where you don't do so much dungeons or something, right? Or you're questing less because on 1 week, let's say it's the spring season, you're gonna farm a lot of herbs and level maybe certain professions or something, right? And then you have like this 1 week where there's maybe just winter or something, or it's like summer and they're like not those herbs that you're grinding, let's say. Then you can focus on just leveling your character or farming some gold or something, right? Or maybe doing some, I don't know, dungeon or something. So I think that's really good. So you can have like some sort of schedule and you play differently based on the week, right? Like this week I can do this week that. So it doesn't feel repetitive. That's really, really nice in my opinion.
Yeah, correct. I mean, in real time, it's going to be almost unnoticeable to the naked eye, you know, like kind of naturally how it is in real life. We're not going to do it over the course of a year, of course, but, you know, a couple hours, maybe half a day.
Ooh, is that a dragon?
It is
Yeah, that's a dragon.
Oh.
Wow.
Want to take it
Which boss
cautiously.
is that?
Oh,
Man, it's
winter's
starting to
coming.
snow.
The ice dragon?
You see how it's like changing on the ground?
Oh, look at
So-
How the snow stays there at some places?
So the weather events will usher in the different seasons as well. So you'll know when the new season is going to change, just based on the weather that's happening. But
Oh,
to the
snow
naked
beer.
eye, you're not really going to
I think-
see it happening this quickly. Obviously, this is just a
Yeah, that's a snow beer.
very visual demonstration.
Snow
of
bear.
what's
Snow bear.
available and how we can work with it.
Oh my gosh, this is beautiful.
There's the bears.
the bears.
Is
Like
that bear
I'm
friendly?
cold right now.
Yeah, he's out of here.
I love the dirty coat underneath the bear. It sells it so good.
Yeah, that's
currently
the
planning
bear
with
has a
weather
nice
to
texture.
have,
Yeah.
like, rain and
there's a
snow be
huge
kind
head.
of a thing where it snows more often in the winter and rains more
Wow.
often in the winter in some other places and
It's looking into the
basically leveraging some of
camera.
the new
Nice.
features of Unreal Engine,
like that.
being able to sample the global distance field in the material to be able to have the snow accumulate in the crevices of objects.
What was that?
As summer comes on and melts away the snow, it melts in the crevices last. Or if it starts to snow, then it kind of accumulates in the outer areas first. And
I have a question, guys. Like something that's like wondering. That makes me wonder now. Imagine you're in the winter season and you're on a frozen lake, let's say, right? And you're like in the middle of the lake, and then you log out, and for 1 week, for some reason, you don't play the game. Let's say you're on vacation or something, right? Or you're just busy. And then you log back in the next week, and it's freaking already spring, right? And the lake has melted. Will your character drown then? Like, what happens if you log out on ice? Like, imagine that. Imagine you log back in after you return from your vacation and your freaking character just drowns. Like, you're in the middle of an actual lake and you didn't maybe notice, or you noticed but you didn't think about it, that next week there is spring season and you freaking locked out on a frozen lake. And like in the center of it. Holy shit. That must be a crazy experience. I actually think like this could happen to me. Maybe, who knows?
crevices fill in later, kind of thing. There's
or even saturates the
Yeah.
earth while it melts.
right?
It's all soggy.
Oh, this looks great, and it looks like even the ground is getting wet.
Yeah, looks muddy.
I can hear the footsteps change to the water.
Wow.
Yeah, well, I mean, one of the things that makes a world come alive is not just
And look how
Did
windy
the wind
it is.
pick up
Look
in
the
the
head.
storm?
it did.
My hat is going crazy.
Yeah, look at those feathers.
But yeah, like all the elements coming together really sell it. Like, you can take away one of the things and everything just kind of falls apart. Like no wind, the environment just doesn't feel alive. But add some wind and suddenly everything
Wow.
comes to life.
Oh, this is beautiful, guys. Yeah, this is unbelievable. One of the things that is huge about this season system and how it affects crops and the gatherables in the game is the impact it will have on the economy, right?
The prices, yeah.
In a particular area, no longer is capable for a week's period of time,
Price
or even
goes up.
potentially longer, of producing a certain type of crop or harvestable, and that has to change across the world regionally. Now the transit system of those materials, of those gatherables, they become more relevant and they're subject to potential risk, and the prices might go up in certain areas. it is something that is actually very instrumental in the overall design
Wow.
economy in the game. Speaking of economy,
Those ships look nice, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? Like maybe the strait opens up and suddenly they're able to transport goods a little faster.
Right.
We're playing with the idea of freezing over rivers and things, but
Yeah.
the implications, it opens up a lot of can of worms. Like someone could get trapped under the ice, but we'll figure it out if it's possible.
I think you should trap them.
Yeah. or even also something that's very easily done that we've talked about since 2017, and such a big component of this system coming to life and seeing it at the quality bar that it's at. I mean, like, again, I say this, I haven't seen this really in any other game,
Yeah.
MMORPG, where seasons impact so much of the design. And part of that also, again, on the economy front.
And I think that's good that Ashes of Creation does that, because I keep saying that if companies produce MMOs that are way too similar to other MMOs, you have like the problem that because those games are too similar, why would someone change their main MMO to this new MMO that's just a copy-paste MMO with maybe a little bit better graphics, right? But this becomes more of a niche, right? Because like he just said, there's no game that has seasons that changes the economy, that changes the mobs and this and that. So if you have like unique things that no other MMO has, that's the only way you can have a successful MMO these days, because the market, like the gaming market, is full with many great MMOs. I mean, just look at Final Fantasy XIV, World of Warcraft, you have BDO, you have Elder Scrolls Online, you have so many really popular and good MMOs that it will be nearly impossible, and that's one of the reasons why New World also had a hard time. It's like nearly impossible to go to a oversaturated market like that, put your game in there if it's too similar, and expect a lot of people to become active players or main this game. That is like totally impossible unless you fill in a certain niche with something that you have that other games don't have, like here with seasons, or like I said before, if there was an MMO that is like Minecraft, where you can do like some crafting and survival in it too. Like let's say it's an MMO, you need to constantly eat in order to stay alive. So your behavior in-game is so different from other MMOs. Or you can randomly build towers or strongholds in the middle of nowhere, like a forest. Sort of like in Minecraft or Valheim, right? So yeah, you have to fill as a company a certain gap in the market if you want your game to be successful, not copy paste other MMOs. And I feel like Ashes of Creation does so far a good job with that, because they offer a lot of stuff that you don't see in other MMOs, and I love this. This is why I'm in love with this game and I can't wait to play it.
Is you might have a mountain pass, and during winter that mountain pass is always closed, and so the trade routes on land change with caravans, and that's something that can not only exist on a cyclical level, but also dynamically based on player activity. I mean, that is a very big difference. Can I play with the wind? Can I help those ships out a little bit?
Yeah, I mean,
believe so.
we definitely gave Steven some God mode controls here to
Wow.
demonstrate some more of the systems in a more dynamic, real-time way.
No, they're faster?
As he measures in some
Let
thunder.
there be rain!
Wow.
Look at this. This is great. I love how the
Are they
distance,
faster? No, they're too
visibility
far.
changes, and
You
the
can see
night,
clear.
the kind of
Now
overhead
there's some
cast
fog.
comes online.
You're gonna sink the boats with all that water.
I know. Oh yeah, I forgot. My bad, guys.
Oh, no, it's good. They needed the fresh water anyway, so.
Oh, can I play? Let me dial up the wind a little bit. Make it a little
Yeah.
bit crazier. Oh, I love the grass movement.
Wow. That's a
This
strong
is
wind.
crazy. Look at my
He's losing-
hair, or my hat is going
He's going to
wild.
lose his head.
love
It's
the
gonna be
clock
blown off.
physics,
When
Maybe.
the rain dies down and the sun hits the grass when it's windy, it looks really cool.
Let me
Right,
do
really
that.
good.
I'd be
I
happy
have
with
I have some god controls that they gave me for this
What
demonstration.
about day and night?
So let me
Are there also
turn
different mobs
rain
at night
off
and day?
and turn on maybe the wind by itself.
There you go.
Oh, look at the wave movement across the grass. How did you get that to occur?
So there's a noise function that we've got in both materials and in blueprints, so that eventually later it needs to be converted to C++ because it's
Wow.
like 300 times faster when it goes into C++. But
It's
basically
crazy
the
what
same
they
function is
did there.
duplicated in two places. So we have it in the materials that generates the noise in ripples that goes across the player, and in the program, the CPU side of things, the value of the wind at the player location gets sent to the audio system. So the wind picks up in audio as a wave of snow, or a wave of wind passes by the player.
I'm going through the seasons like I just did a quick transition for the audience to see how much control I have right now.
Yeah, so we gave Steven a sped up timeline of the ability to forward and also reverse seasons. We want to, get a little crazy with it. But
Oh yeah, I see that.
so you can go from.
Wow.
Now I can pause it.
Yep.
Ooh, I love the winter feel. Let me
should
put some
check
snow.
out-
Let me put some snow on.
I love this kind of snowstorm going on there as well,
Let's see some snow.
Oh,
with the snow
yeah.
dust in the
Oh,
air.
again, look at that. I love the fog. And the effects now start kicking off
Yeah.
the ground.
Oh yeah. So everything's built into the system with the sense that they can change dynamically. You're not going to get that gust of wind in certain locations when.
I wonder if this will also impact questing. Do you have different quests based on season? Like, what if there's an NPC that only appears in let's say, winter, right? And one that only appears in summer? I wonder about that as well.
It's summer, but when it's winter, it kicks in.
Oh, we should watch this Kieran real
Oh.
quick. Can we do that?
So go to the ones actually turn around and
Oh,
just
yeah?
get the view in the background. I think.
Yeah, that's
Follow
a good,
some
good
of the
call.
ones down
Good
there.
call. Let me go see these
Couple of
guys.
Hopefully they play
Hello,
nice.
Kieran. Come here, little friends.
There they are.
What are they called?
I
Kieran.
need you guys in the shot.
Kieran.
I need you guys to step over here. Hey, can you move to the left, please?
We need a feeding system where you can just walk up and hold out your hand.
Or some
and,
type of-
they
And then you
can
can tame them, they become your mount.
Yeah, that's right.
There we go. He listened. It just took him a second.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Let me grab
Jinsey did a
this.
great job on those.
Wow.
Grab
Oh,
this
yeah.
shot. All
Yeah,
right,
these
here
are
we go.
fantastic models.
Watch
I love
the
their
Kieran
antlers,
change.
how they shine.
Oh, look at them.
Wow.
They change
Nice.
with the seasons.
That was fun for me to figure out.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that looks
Looks good.
so good.
I think I like the
James.
winter one the most because
And see,
its antlers are
in our
glowing so
original
nicely.
cinematic that I believe we've shown, or we will be showing during the live stream, where we, talked about seasons in our Kickstarter.
Yes.
Those were just dissolves between environments that we did in post-production, and I'm sure people think we're doing the same thing in our new cinematic, but no, it's actually happening real time. There's no trickery, no fakery. It's all
Yeah, this is all
authentic.
beautiful and authentic. I love it. Let me.
This is the major leagues now.
Heck yeah. I love it. Okay, tell me a little bit about the weather effects. And I know that the effects team isn't here right now, but we might be getting some insight to their work next month, maybe on stream. We'll see. But you also have the effects interacting with the environment. Like I was seeing some streams of rain that was coming down that Adrian did some work on some of the portcullises.
Yeah, there's individual particle effects that can be placed on some of these assets that kind of responds to changes in weather that look like, rain collecting in areas or like sheeting off of flat surfaces. If you go underneath like a tunnel or something, you see it dripping more intensely.
Wow.
I think we'll have a tool to auto place that. But
So there's a way to create some kind of waterfalls or something, like mountain areas, based on seasons. So let's say in winter there's nothing, right? But then if it's let's say summer and there's like a rainstorm, there's some kind of waterfall at like a certain area, like a small one, right? And the water is going crazy. Wow, that's actually crazy. That's nice. Like it makes exploration so much fun, this game, I think.
worst case, we can have it be hand placed.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool.
Same
love
thing with
that.
the dust devils, the butterflies, the bees.
The leaves,
That's nice.
they kick butt.
Playing with this wind a little bit. I love the tree movement too. It's so funny. In a lot of the games that I played, the wind effects can either look really, really good, or they can look really, really bad, and usually not much in between. But
Yeah.
but I like how our trees, you have this variance in movement from the trunk itself to the leaves.
Oh, I just noticed that. I thought it was just
How
the
do you
leaves, but
guys
now
do
I see
that?
the trunk too.
We actually
A
had
little
to
bit, yeah.
home roll our own solution. So the trees were
Holy
made in
shit.
a program called Speed Tree, and we had a little bit of trouble getting the Speed Tree nodes and the materials for the trees to function correctly. So we just made our own version of Wind for now. But yeah, you just
Wow.
kind of take the tree position, and
Look at that tree.
a lot of information about the tree is encoded to the UV coordinates. There's about 7 or 8 UV coordinate spaces. And each one has like, is it a leaf? Is it a frond or branch? How far down the branch is it? And we just use that data to drive a bunch of rotations. Some of the information encoded in the UV coordinates is what's the pivot point of this branch. So I just kind of rotate around that branch.
Yeah, that looks great.
I love it.
That looks really cool.
You see it even from the
And then
far.
another thing we're talking about was having like wetness effects and snow pile up on, rocks and buildings and stuff.
That's one thing we're doing for wetness of the terrain. If you look at the dirt path, as it gets wetter, and I'm not sure how visible this is because it also gets cloudy and dark, and maybe the stream compression, but as it gets wet, we use the height element of the terrain materials to figure out where puddles should form. And you should be able to see it. It doesn't do it so much on a slope, so it might look more visible on a flat terrain.
There we go, right here. I see it
But
there.
yeah, at the lower areas of the terrain height, it gets kind of glossy like puddles.
Oh, that looks
Ah.
great.
Wow.
And a similar thing for snow.
There we
As
go.
the snow is melting, it evaporates, or it is removed from the areas of
So the texture is
where
completely
there's
changing
high
and stuff
material
as
ambient
well.
occlusion.
Yeah. Wow.
It removes it from the high ambient occlusion places last.
Very cool. That's amazing. Let me switch to snow. I wanna talk a little bit about the building thing here. Hold on.
Yeah, so I was going to say we also had our other artists working on some modular sets and various things that we can use to construct a lot of the ancient ruins of the Ayla race that were once here in Vera before the how would you describe it, the event where everyone left?
The Exodus, the apocalypse.
Now the raw
the
part comes.
End of the world.
Yep. Wait,
Yeah.
hold on.
Wait a minute. What is this? Oh, this is an
Ice
example of like obstructions.
Yeah, so and then design, you might not be able to access certain areas in
Wait a
location, but
minute.
there's something there.
Open. Open for me. I command you.
Wait a second. So in winter, you can climb up certain areas because there's some sort of ice you can use to climb. And if it's another season, you can't reach this location. Wait, that's crazy. So they have areas locked by season. So on one season, you only get there. Like, let's say in winter, there's an area you can't access. And in winter, there's an area you can access because now you can climb it. Wow, that is so cool. That's insane.
You might want
Can they?
to.
Oh yeah, there it goes.
Abracadabra.
Yes, melt. Oh, there's a
Oh, boy.
door. Why is
What
it so
is going on?
bright in there?
I
Wow.
don't know.
That's a
What
door
is
to heaven.
going on?
The
Wait a
door to
minute.
heaven.
I don't even know if I want to.
Don't go through the door. Don't go
Hold
through.
on, you might have to change the
I'm
weather
just kidding.
here. We might need to.
Wait.
You're in heaven now.
Reveal yourself, Snow. I command you to stop. I feel like there is something.
Sometimes during
What
certain
is
What
this?
is
seasons-
that?
A chest?
Oh,
no.
oh my god.
What is it?
Oh, it's a sandal.
What is?
It's a golden sandal.
Yes. That is so awesome. Who did put that in there?
Yeah, that was done by our amazing artist Hal. She
That's just
Oh,
a placeholder
how?
for
put that out
something,
real
right?
quick for you with a nice little inscribed S there.
That is so cool.
That's just a
Oh,
placeholder.
that's-
Or is it really
That
something you
stupid
can
sandal.
get?
I
I'm
found
pretty sure
it.
we're gonna auction off like your sandals at
I
some point.
found, I found my sandal. But
You
wait,
actually
to be
gotta
fair,
find
it's
the other one.
missing. Oh, is there another one?
There's two. The sandals come in pairs, so.
Wait a minute.
There are two
I assume
sandals.
there's
You can wear them.
Mantling.
Where is
They
this?
have some strong enchantment.
Where is this other? Oh, can I? Is this like a little
Yeah.
Maybe.
jump puzzle?
Little jump puzzle for you.
Little jump puzzle. All right, let's see if I can do this. Wow. Let me up.
Wow, the animations look nice
Let
actually
me
when you
up, sir.
climb. It was
It's
not.
just a bit of parkour.
It's
so-
nice.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Okay. Do I like jump across this way?
No, I think it's to your left there. You can get it either way.
No, no, no,
There's
no.
always-
Oh, my
that
god!
was
Oh,
close.
just barely.
Yep.
Small heart attack.
Skin of my teeth. Let me up here. Oh, there's stairs. It's
Yeah.
dark. I can't see.
Oh, it is a little darker now.
Ooh.
It's getting
There we
lighter.
go. Okay.
Lumen's kicking
I
in.
found it.
Oh yeah, there's
I think
something
I
shiny.
found it.
Ah yeah.
Ah,
You got
there
it.
it
Ah! My other sandal.
collector's editions.
Yes. Oh, I
Wow.
love it. That is so cool. That is awesome. Well, I have to say, back when we talked about seasonal changes and weather systems and all of these things being
Wow, guys, I actually love the texture of those rocks, like the way they look, right? Like it looks so nice here. Look at this, very very realistic as well. Because you have like those mossy, like there's a bit of moss and stuff, right? Like you can see that. That looks so realistic.
and weather systems
Wow.
and
And even
all
the
of
sun
these
here,
things
look at
being
the
interconnected
reflection.
with design elements and systems in the game. I remember that we showed off the kind of very early prototyping that we were doing back in like 2017, and we probably actually just showed that on the stream. Lol. But
Yep.
I never thought that it would come to this level of quality.
Yeah, in fact, when
Same
I
here,
first
I'm
kind of
impressed.
faked this kind of seasonal tech back before the Kickstarter even happened, I think I was a little intimidated myself. But
Right. Yeah, the prototype that we did, like that was, there were significant challenges of
Yeah.
making that possible. But this is next level.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, big shout out to James and Hal and Brian for cranking out all the biome stuff, and then Brandon and Adam for cranking out these amazing ruins.
And Scott
They
for
look
the new
nice.
trees, too.
Scott,
I love the
Scott
ruins.
Allen,
I
our
want to
new
explore.
foliage go-to guy, is the one that cranked out some of these pretty epic.
What class
ash
is he, by
streaks.
the way? That looks
Yes,
so
those
cool.
big
ash
Those,
trees.
those spells.
Don't
Are
mind
you,
my god powers. I have god powers. This is not
Okay.
powers you will have, players. This is just what I can do.
And
I wish I
also
had
not
those.
to forget Hans, our new
It's like a rogue skill.
landscape master. He's took a swing at this landscape for us and did us some of the epic views. So all around an amazing job by everybody.
Yeah, we were all pretty intimidated when we were having the initial meetings to start working on this, but
Yep.
everyone pulled together and
Yeah,
it's-
you guys really are a dynamite team.
You guys have done a tremendous, a phenomenal job. I think the community will let you hear this in chat, that this is a next level presentation for seasons and weather and for an environment
Most
really, and
definitely.
an MMO that I've ever seen.
And not to forget, of course, like, that's not just us, but also, the entire effects team, our new audio artist,
Yes.
Kat, and, the character team for getting that.
But how are they financing themselves? Like, where's the money coming from, I wonder? Because not only have they been developing it for so many years, but like all the equipment and all the technology they have to acquire for all that, and someone even has to like freaking fly to certain places. Like he said, he goes to Wales, then he takes freaking pictures and records stuff, and then they actually implement it into the game. Like, this must cost a fortune. Where's the money coming from? I wonder now.
Cloth physics and all the other goodness going. So.
Those
And
the
this is a
software,
work
the
in
tools are
progress
also
still.
probably very expensive.
This is nowhere
Oh, yeah.
near complete. This is actually still the great thing about our development that
It's just alpha
I
too.
personally love is that we invite the community to watch. Right?
Looks so done
and
already.
Over the years, they can go back and they can look on our YouTube and they can see the quality of art continue to improve over time, right?
Yeah.
And that's the cool thing about art is that it's never really finished. Like, there is always elements you will be tweaking and you will be touching up and you will be taking second, third, fourth, 10th passes on, even as the game launches and we go through expansions. Like, these are things that art continually to improves upon, uses new technologies for. I mean, you guys are the masters of the visuals here.
Yeah. My
Yeah,
favorite thing is. Go ahead, Tristan.
Go ahead. No.
Yeah. So, like, many heads are better than one. A lot of people are going to see this and they're going to be like, wow, this one looks great, but it could be maybe slightly better in this area. They'll have a screenshot or video to show us, something, a different way to look at it. And we just leverage the hive mind of all of humanity when we're doing this. And we're just getting the best of everything. It's
The
really good.
hive mind, I like that.
The hive mind.
That's very cool. Well, we are going to go back to stream, but everybody, I hope that you enjoyed this video, you enjoyed this presentation. The
Yeah.
best is still yet to come because this is stuff that we are constantly working on, as we said, and we have some amazing artists at Intrepid, and by the way, we are hiring, so if you have any favorite devs or projects out there that you know of, please send them our way, intrepidstudios.com. I cannot express enough just how excited I am to live inside of Vera, and I think that our community is
I wonder about
chomping
the
at
lore of
bits
the
to
game.
live there with me,
Oh,
and
yeah.
all of us. It is.
Um,
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, like, I mean, we could probably just sit here and let this run for 10 hours straight and
Oh,
put
we
it on
should
YouTube
totally do that.
and monetize it or something like that. I mean, like,
Monetize it? What?
What the heck?
It's just
Tristan!
you know, those 10-hour like ambient loops. You know.
Oh my gosh, that
but-
is hilarious.
We were talking about it today, how we like just left this running yesterday after one of our tests, and we came back to the conference room and it was still running and it was still windy and it was perfect. It was just like, oh wow, it's still alive and
Yeah,
running.
I
Absolutely.
constantly get distracted by.
It's just staring.
I'm just. Oh yeah, I should be working.
It's actually kind of it's calming and great to just when you're working just sit there and stare at it for 5 minutes.
It really is.
I literally have this exact scene on my computer desktop right now, just running.
Who needs to go outside when you can go to Vera?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
the world looks more
Love it.
beautiful
All right,
than
guys,
outside.
we are going to see you
almost.
guys back on stream. Tristan, James, Brian, thanks for hanging out with me and explaining your really cool, amazing job
quite
of making
realistic,
Vera a
wow.
place that we all want to live in. I cannot express enough how much I appreciate the work that you guys do to making this dream a reality and how much our community loves it as well. So thank you for joining us. Thank you for all your hard work. Stream, give us hearts for Tristan, Brian, and James and all of the team on the environment side, on the art side, everybody at Intrepid. We're working a way to make this stream a reality. I will see you guys back on stream shortly.
All right, see you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Wow. I have to give this a thumbs up immediately. Holy shit, that looks so beautiful. Like, I actually didn't expect all of this. Like, that's crazy. Like, when I saw, like, the short version of this and how, like, the mobs and all changed, like, now I know way more about what's going on. There are, like, even some areas you can only access when there is like a certain season, and if that season isn't the case, it's not there. Like ships are not around, of course, if everything is frozen in winter. Then the economy is changing, gathering is changing, mobs are changing, resistances are even changing, and spells. Like I wonder how that will work out. Like if you're playing some mage kind of character, that means you have to like change your spells around based on season, right? So if you're doing, let's say, world bosses, or you're like slaying dragons, if it's winter, you want to go for maybe frost spells perhaps, and if it's like a summer and you're hunting down dragons, you want to use your fire spells or something. That's interesting. And the gathering, I wonder how this will affect the economy, because there's like the situation where people, they will just farm a lot in spring, for example, or in summer, and then when fall season comes, for example, they're gonna sell, like everyone is gonna sell stuff, right? But during actually summer or spring, nobody is selling it. And what will this do? This will actually make the price a bit lower and not as crazy high if everyone just saves their gatherings, that they like the herbs, for example, till winter. Because if everyone offers them in this season, the price will go down a bit. It will not be crazy. However, I wonder if people will sell a lot of those herbs also during, let's say, spring or summer, and then the price will be crazy high in winter. Like I'm like so curious about the economy in this game actually, and also about like the bosses that change the weather. That's crazy. So do you get like some sort of notice like, hey, so and so spawned now and it's winter, or do you have to read the weather to know which boss is maybe up or something? And that they change it weekly, I think that's good, because this makes the seasons feel more realistic. I would feel weird if I play and in one single day I experience 3 seasons or 4. I think that's so unrealistic. So it's better if they make it weekly. I think that's a good idea, because you do have to wait a bit for a new season to come, but it's not crazy long. It's not like in real life where you have to wait several months for a season. I think 1 week is totally fine. And you have enough time to do your stuff. If today you can't play and you want to kill a winter boss or something, you can do this the next day as well. So I think it's good. Wow. I'm in love with Ashes of Creation. I can't wait to play this game. And how do you guys feel about the game? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. And if you are also, like me, hyped for this game, I'm crazy hyped. Can't wait to play it. And yeah, if you guys are new to this channel, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more content. And if you guys enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give this one a thumbs up. And holy shit, this is finally what I was waiting for, an MMO that is different than the MMOs we have right now out. Because so many companies are trying to create new MMOs, and they're just copy-paste MMOs with different graphics and story. But now to have something that has some huge, unique features we don't see in other MMOs, I think this is beautiful. I wish everyone a wonderful day. Thanks for tuning in. I will see you guys next time.